You've just had a whole lot of fun cooking pizza, and your pizza stone's looking a little bit worse for wear. Stay tuned and I'm going to show you the quickest and simplest way to turn this into this. Every so often, when you're cooking with your OONI Koda, there's going to be a disaster of some sort. In this case, I accidentally tore the base of the pizza right there, and well, guess where all the cheese went? You can see some of the cheese is gone, and the base has disappeared from the pizza. It's sort of ended up in here, and I'll pull the stone out in a second, and you can see just how much of a mess you should expect after, you know, cooking pizzas. And we've just done about 12 pizzas, so there was a couple of little tears, and with those tears, as I said, whatever's on there, cheese, sauce, sausage, whatever, it ends up on the stone and starts to cook in. So we've just cooked 12 pizzas, and we've got quite a bit of mess to clean up. I'll show you. It's really important to do this because the stone gets to about 500 degrees at the back. It gets quite hot, and this is still quite warm on the outside. It's really important to use some gloves. OONI makes gloves like this. These days the newer gloves are black, the older ones were red. I wouldn't normally do this at this stage, but this is just to show you what the pizza stone base looks like. So there is a little hole under here which you can push the stone up with. Now this is still quite hot, and you can see just how dirty that is. Now this was cooking in there for a little bit of, I left the flame on for a bit of extra time after we cooked, but what I'm going to do is put this back in, and you can actually see around here, this is actually pretty clean. Now that was dirty, but you've got a lot of mess around here, and at the front, this is where the front was. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this back, turn it on to maximum, and then you'll see how this will all just clean off magically, pyrolytically, because this is going to heat up to about 500 degrees. But what we have to do is turn it once. So you'll find that this part here, back towards the flame, will be nice and clean. This part won't, because it'll only be about 350 degrees, and then we'll turn it around and we'll put it back in and burn that off as well. And when we're finished, we'll have a nice clean stone ready to store. I've had the Koda on the maximum heat setting for about 20 minutes, and I'm going to turn it off now and leave it sit for about 10 minutes just to lose a bit of heat, because it's far too hot to handle. The back part of the stone is still about 500 degrees, and even with the gloves it's still too hot to handle. You feel the heat through the gloves. So I'm going to turn it off, leave it for 10 minutes, and after 10 minutes then we'll turn it around. What I'm going to do now is I've put the gloves back on. I've left it for about 10 minutes. It's still going to be quite hot. You have to be really careful. Again, there's a little hole just underneath the stone at the front to help you pop that out. And you can see the front of the stone is still quite, and I can tell you, I'm feeling this through my hands. I'm going to have to put this back. The front of the stone is still quite dirty, but the back of the stone, that ash just blows straight off. So let's put that back. Actually, I might turn it around quickly, very quickly. So I've just turned that around. I can tell you, I am feeling that through the gloves. I'm going to take those gloves off because they're hot. But what I've done is shown you that ash just blows off. I'm going to clean up a bit of the mess that I just made, start the Koda again and leave it on for another 20 minutes, and then we'll come back and have a look how it is. This is the final part of how to clean the stone from the OONI Koda. We cooked 12 pizzas earlier today. There was a few disasters, not much, but we had a bit of spill on the stone. Plus, generally, when you're cooking 12 pizzas, you're going to get flour build up and all sorts of other things building up on it. It looks pretty filthy, which you can see on the screen now. So what we have done, just to recap, after we finish cooking, I turned it on high, turned Koda up to high, and that was for about 20 minutes. Then I let it cool for about another 10 to 20 minutes, turn the stone around, and then started the Koda up again and let it run for about 20 minutes. I turned it off after that period of time. It's been off for about 20 minutes at the moment. Now, it's important to remember that the stone through all of these processes is still pretty hot. Even now, after 20 minutes of being off, it's still quite warm. So actually hot, not warm. So I still need gloves to handle this. I'll take it out. I'll show you the very last part of this, which is very simple. And then we can just let it do the final cool and pack the Koda away. One of the tools I use for cleaning is this brush. It's actually sort of a semi-rigid bristle. It's not too harsh, but it's also not too soft. I just use that to just clean off some of the ash from the stone. So after heat soaking for that long at 500 degrees, you can see this part is the part that we did first and it was facing out, but you can also see that there's a lot of that ash that will just really come off very, very quickly. So this whole thing is just going to clean off. Like so. And we've got a very, very clean stone that's ready for the next use. All we've got to do now is just pop it straight back in and put the oven away when it's cool. If you've liked this video, please hit the like, subscribe and bell icons to be notified of when we upload new content, and also please share this video with your friends. I'm Andrew from the Food Good channel. Thanks for watching.